Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is cognitive dissonance, and we've all experienced it in some form or fashion. I mean, we may have even done it in some form or fashion. But I was sitting here thinking, I heard this term the other day on a video I was watching about something completely different. And I remember back when I can't even remember. I know you're supposed to remember important dates, but I don't. I remember back when I first joined the church, I got saved, all that kind of stuff, and I knew I felt different. I knew I could see and feel how God was moving in my life. And back then, I was so excited, and I wanted to share that with everybody. And I wanted to tell everybody, how amazing it was. And there were people that just wouldn't get it. And you can't explain your feeling. And to people that don't want to see it, they're not going to see it. It doesn't matter how much proof you have. So fast forward many years. Now, with everything that's going on with the government and, everything that's happened in the last centuries, actually, but really the last couple years, some people just aren't waking up to the fact that there's a lot of stuff going on. They have cognitive dissonance. They don't want to believe it. It goes against what they believe. And everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everybody is, we're all here for a different reason. We'll all wake up when we're meant to wake up. Some people woke up to that before I did. Some people still haven't woken up. And the same thing goes if you're a light being or a star seed or whatever, a light worker. There's a lot of people that, again, are in cognitive dissonance to that because it goes against what they believe. And that's okay. They're entitled to their opinion. Not everybody is meant to wake up at the same time. There are a lot of people that woke up to this before I did. There is still a lot that haven't woken up yet. And it's okay. And it's funny because when I was sitting here thinking about what I was going to do my next video on and what I was going to title it and all that kind of stuff, I thought, let it go. We just have to let it go. You can't fix people that don't want to be fixed. You're not here to fix anybody but you. You can't make them see it until they're ready to see it. It doesn't matter what it is. So the words "let it go" came in my head, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, isn't that the title of the song to Frozen? And then it hit me, what did Elsa do? If you've seen Frozen or Frozen 2, you know what I'm talking about. And I went and watched the video of the song with the words let it go. Go watch it. If you are a light worker, a light being, a star seed, if you are here as part of the ascension process, that should be our song. Because we have suppressed, most of us, in fact, this week I've talked to a few people that have reached out to me, and it's like, I'm glad I'm not the only one that does this, because nobody gets me. Growing up, I knew I was different. Growing up, I didn't fit in. I still don't fit in. And, it's nice to finally connect with somebody else that gets it. So, yeah, for many years, we've been told and brainwashed that what we do, because we're not, because we're different, but it's a good different. Because we're different and we see things differently than others, we're bad. Or it's in our head. Or, it's suppressed. I mean, how many kids grew up talking to an imaginary friend and you were told, no, you didn't see that? Or kids see things and, I don't know that my daughter ever did that. I'm trying to think. I don't think my daughter ever did that. If she did, she didn't tell me. But, if you had a kid that came to you and said, I see things, I see people standing in the corner, I see that aren't there. They're there, but they're not there. You walk in there and there's nothing. Or the kid has nightmares because they swear somebody's under their bed or somebody's, it's probably because there really is something. It could be a good energy, could be a bad energy. But, for so long we've been told, no, that's not normal. That's not right. When it's perfectly normal, it's perfectly right. And now we're really seeing where it is. So just let it go. Be you. Don't suppress you anymore. Be all you can be. Every one of us has a different gift, a different purpose. I do things that some of you do, some of you don't do. You do things that I don't do, and that's okay. We're all here to do, we all can't do the same thing. That would be pretty boring, actually. But, be you. Continue to learn, continue to grow. Let the past go. Eventually, and just like in the movie Frozen, yes, I understand it was a cartoon. I understand it was a movie. But look at the premise behind it. And look at, if you resonate with this, look at your life. How many of you were shut out or felt shut out? How many of you felt like you had to hide who you are, what you were? Now is the time to let people know who you are and what you do. The world is shifting quickly. And especially with the full moon that came in this week, a friend of mine told me 2 days ago, she's like, oh my God, Pam, she's like, in 1 week, you had 2 things, 2 that were huge. And most people just take those things and are like, yeah, okay, it's just another bad day, or I feel like crap, or whatever it is, and you let it go. But when you get to the point where we are and you realize it's coming up for a reason, the emotion is being triggered for a reason, so it's something to clear. Whatever level of clearing you need, it could be just a forgiveness, it could be, for me, one of them, I had to dig deep, like way deep, way deep. I told my mom, I finally called my mom and I said, because for years I've been told my mom has the answer. Trust me, I've had multiple phone calls with my mom trying to figure out what the answer is. And it wasn't, but I wasn't ready to release that yet. Not until I cleared a bunch of other stuff to get to that point. But finally this week, it came up and I figured it out. And I called her and I said, I finally got my answer. And it was something, and it was one that I had to go to God. It wasn't coming to me. It didn't matter how much I meditated. It didn't matter how much I really got into my heart and tried to figure it out. So I had to go to God. And it was a situation that I'd have never even thought about, never even dreamt that that would have triggered me. But looking back on what the bottom fear or belief was, makes perfect sense. And it makes perfect sense to probably 90+% of what has happened in my life, why things have happened. So now I've let it go, literally. And I've healed that. And, there are other things that have happened. And sorry about that. Somebody just went down the road. But, everybody has, again, back to the cognitive dissonance, everybody has an opinion. They don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with everybody else. You have your opinion and you're entitled to it just like they do. But don't ever let somebody make you feel like you're crazy. We've had enough of that. No, we're not crazy. Just because they haven't seen what you've seen, just because they haven't experienced what you've experienced, doesn't mean you're wrong. Stand in your power. Stand in your strength. Stand in your self-love. And know that you're not crazy. You're not. You're with a bunch of us, and we're not crazy. I thought about this the other day, and it's like, just because, a hunter, if I drive down the road and I see a white deer, which I have, and people that hunt have never seen a white deer, and I try to explain to them and tell them I saw a white deer, they're not going to believe me. They don't believe it exists because they've never seen it. There is no proof in the world that you can have, unless you killed that deer and you took it to the person, that you saw a white deer. Does it mean you're crazy? No. It just means they haven't experienced it. If you've ever snorkeled here on the East Coast, you know the water is mucky. The fish are gray. They're fish colored. If you've ever snorkeled or scuba dived in the Caribbean, the water is crystal clear and the fish are vibrant, beautiful colors. You can't explain that to somebody that has only scuba dived in murky water with gray fish. They think you're crazy. You're not crazy. You experienced it. They didn't. It's the same thing with everything else that we do. Just because you experienced it and they didn't, doesn't mean you're crazy. It just means they aren't open and accepting to the fact that there could be something more. There could be something different. It's like 3D, 4D, 5D. The people that are stuck in 3D, when you tell them what 5D is, and when you tell them how you have experienced 5D, it's the same thing. Same thing. Just because they haven't experienced it doesn't mean you're crazy. They will get it one day. They will see it, hopefully sooner than later. So we are the leading edge of the ascension process. We are the lights, the beings of light, shining the way for the future, for the shift. You were chosen for a reason. I look at the people that I've met and I've helped and I've healed, and it's like they're beautiful beings. I mean, everybody is, but these beings, it's like When they find out that there's other people, because we are spread all over the world for a reason. We all can't. It's just like Elsa. She had her town, community, whatever it was, that she was in charge of. That wasn't the only town in the world. There were others. She was in her area for a reason. You're in your area for a reason. I'm here for a reason. So, and some of you are in relationships you can't get out of. Well, you can. But if you're married to somebody that doesn't get it, okay, again, they don't have to get it. They just have to respect you enough to understand that you have different opinions than they do. It's all love and respect. And if you're not in a relationship and you're, around somebody that doesn't love and respect you for your opinion, okay. You have a choice just like they do. You can choose to stay and continue to be beat up and told you're crazy and all of those things, or you can choose to move on. They can choose to think that their opinion is all there is, or they can choose to say, you know what, maybe there really is more to this. Or maybe not. So, but what I will tell you is the people that take it to another level and they don't have to agree with you, but that doesn't give them the right to be mean and hateful to you. You don't need that. You don't deserve that. You're here for a reason. Don't ever let somebody treat you hateful because they don't agree with you. You're not hurting anybody. So where is it for them to try to limit your belief? You might believe everything they do, but you have expanded beyond their belief. So just because they haven't seen it yet, again, they haven't snorkeled in the Caribbean. You have. They haven't seen that white deer or whatever it is. They haven't felt the energies. They haven't seen, some of you see energies or auras or spirits. Don't ever let somebody treat you hateful just because they haven't seen it. Let it go. Let them go. They'll get it one day, or they won't. That's for them to decide, not you. So, like I said, we have fought belief systems all our lives because we've been brainwashed and suppressed to think that there's anything outside of what you can see with your eyes. You can't see God, but He's there. God is in you. Most of you light workers or light beings or star seeds, you know that. You know everything is energy. And you know God is in here. He's in all of us. We are all one. We're all meant to live a different journey or purpose. I stand behind you. I love every one of you, and I am grateful for you. But I don't care what the situation is, whether it's, I really don't care what the situation is. Don't ever let somebody be mean and hateful to you. Not when you're, um, not when you're doing something out of love and respect and compassion for other people. Never, ever is it their right to be hateful to you. You don't deserve that. You deserve love and respect. So, anyway, I hope this helps. Hang in there. The time is coming. It is so much closer than it was. I love this journey. I wouldn't change a minute of it. But hang in there. We're getting there. You were granted what you were granted because you are a strong pillar. And it takes that strength to achieve what it is we were put here to achieve. It is no small task. Stand in your strength, stand in your power, and not in an arrogant way. It's not about arrogance and pride or any of that. It is about love. Love yourself. Yesterday, real quick, I went to somebody's house, I won't tell you who, and their cat was missing. And I walked in the door, and they know what I do. And he said, "Find my cat, Pam." And I was like, I don't even know this cat's name. But I said, okay, well, hang on. So I go in the other room, and I'm like, cat, I would like to speak to the cat that lives in this house. And I said, where are you? And I hear, I'll be home when I feel like it. And I walked out, and I told him, and I kind of laughed, and I said, okay, well, your mom and dad are worried about you. So I walked out of the room, and I told him, I said, I don't know if it was your cat because I don't have a name. I said, but all I heard was, I'll be home when I feel like it. And like a couple minutes, and they laughed because it kind of sounded like the temperament of this cat. Well, we walked outside, and they called for the cat, and the neighbor hollered over, and they said, are you missing a cat? And they said, yeah. And the neighbor said, does it look like this? And they said, yeah. And he turned and looked at me, and he knows me, and he kind of questions what I do anyway, but kind of in a fun way. And he looked at me, he said, I'll give you that one. So, I can't make this stuff up. It happens. And because I came out and I told him, I said, your cat's fine, because the person was afraid that the cat got hit. And I said, no, the cat's fine. He'll be home when he's ready. So, yeah. Don't let people tell you you're crazy. You know what you do. Be proud of who you are and what you do. I am. So anyway, have a great day. I send you guys love and light and strength and support. Call on your angels. When you're feeling down, when you feel like you want to quit, don't. Reach out to me. Reach out to your angels. Ask them for strength and guidance. They will get you there. So anyway, have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later.